Here are the overall standings for the men with 2 events remaining. Mitch Hooper has the overall lead. Lucas Hatton has been the story of the competition so far. He's only 2.5 points back of the Moose. Hafthor Bjornsson currently sits in 3rd place overall, and he is only 2 points up on Trey Mitchell and only 3 points up on another impressive rookie, Andrade. I'm Sean Woodland with Lawrence Chalet and Jerry Pritchett, and there's 2 main battles we're going to be focusing on here. The first is for the top spot between Mitch Hooper and Lucas Hatton. That's been a lot of fun so far.
It's been a huge amount of fun, and nothing is guaranteed at this point. I mean, we're talking about those 2 as potentially the winners. There are other athletes that can still get in there if anyone makes a mistake. Remember that last event later, you can potentially see people 0. So there's a lot to fight for, but Mitch Hooper doing what he does, that consistency, keeping them on top. Lucas Hatton, 2 event wins, 1 second place. He is pushing the Moose all the way.
Meanwhile, Hafthor Bjornsson is trying to hang on to his 3rd place, but he's got to hold off Mitchell and Andrade, Jerry.
Yeah, he still has a tough battle ahead. We've got 2 tough events left. Now, Hafthor's done very well in keeping himself in this contest, though, by getting his overhead up. But he's got Trey on his heels and Andrade right behind Trey.
Now here's the challenge that awaits these athletes. It is the timber trial, the 5th of 6 events here in Columbus. They have to carry each log across the floor. Once it's loaded onto the sled, they have to drag that sled across the finish line, and the time cap is 90 seconds. The lighter log for the men is 308 pounds, the heavier one 345, and that sled unloaded is 1,100 pounds. We're going to go in reverse order of the overall standings, and that means Nick Guardione will be the first man out, one of 3 rookies competing here in Columbus. There is our order of competitors. So as we saw with the women, not only do the men going last have an advantage, but they know the score they're going to need to hit, but they're going to be able to learn a whole lot from their fellow competitors about the best way to attack this event.
Absolutely. Big advantage going last on a new event because you can watch each athlete go, pick up tips, pick up strategy. Nick Guardione will be out first, our one of 3 new rookies to the Arnolds this year. It's a big step up in standard, but he's held his own very, very well, performed exceptionally well on each event. He is just against the very, very best in the world.
Yeah, this is a tough show, heavy show. First time on this stage for him.
I think this type of event could be good for him, though. He's very athletic, moves really well, explosive.
Yeah, he's big, a good size.
Yeah.
Pull that frame really well.
It'll certainly give us a good idea of what is a respectable time for our top athletes to be looking out for.
Well, yeah, if we get a good idea what that sled's going to look like when it starts moving, how well it's going to move. It's always a variable when you get a new piece of equipment like this. And sleds change, laws depending on what surface it's on, and so many variables on a sled anyways. It's hard to really replicate this in training.
It's not like preparing for a deadlift where you know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
Until you actually get on that equipment in the competition, you're not sure if it's going to be easy, super hard. You've got to be able to adapt on the fly. And here we go, Nick Guardione
making quick work of that lighter log, 308 pounds, 139 kilos, and back to retrieve the 345-pound log.
I like the sprinting back there. That's where you can pick up time against other athletes. Be fast in between the carrying.
And more than 1,700 pounds.
Oh, he's moving well.
This is good.
On the sled.
Chopping your feet.
Come on, Nick, keep it going. It's getting hard now at that center point. He needs to dig deep. Really wants to keep that sled moving.
That's more than 770 kilos he's pulling across the floor.
Just losing the line a little bit, coming side to side. Can he get across that red line? That's the marker. Needs the front end of that sled to go across. Shunting it over now.
And he's in.
Go.
So Guardione, just under 52 seconds, 51.48 unofficially.
I think looking at that, the organizer got it about right there. That's a good weight, good challenge. The time, because I think Nick is good at this type of thing.
Guardione will clock a time. Now, if an athlete is not able to get that sled across the finish line in the 90 seconds, they will get a score.
He was
Each
really
log
quick.
counts for a point, and then each 5-foot section completed on the drag will count for a point.
Okay. So Nick was super fast with both of those logs. He just started to lose it halfway through the course on the drag. Started to go side to side, came to a grinding halt, but he kept working hard, had to kind of do the stop-start shunting
roll.
technique.
Once those legs kind of pump out.
Yeah. It's a horrible feeling, isn't it? When those
Oh,
legs are full of blood and you just kind of, you almost feel like you're going to fall backwards.
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of baby deer walks from the women after that,
Yes.
that first round.
Your legs are so full of blood and lactic acid. Bobby Thompson coming out with the shades. That whack to his head, just feels he's a little bit dizzy from that. Spoke to him backstage. You can see the red mark on the back of his head from the big jerk.
I thought that was his tribute to the Terminator for Arnold here.
Maybe. Bobby's still fighting.
Come on, Bobby. See a good time.
Here goes the American Nightmare, Bobby Thompson, currently in 8th place overall.
Trying to lift that as high up as he can to get it off his legs.
Now back for the 345-pound, 156-kilo log.
There you go. Up above his belt. Yep.
So now he needs to dig deep on the drag. Solid time for the logs.
Get low, get it moving.
Got that time of Nick Guardione at 51.42. That will be the target.
Keep moving, Bobby.
This is good, smooth and steady. He's got more control over the sled, but he needs to keep it moving. Coming up to 40 seconds. Got to dig deep, keep pulling, Bobby.
He's about halfway home, a little more than halfway.
Chopping your feet, come on.
It's just coming to that grinding halt now. Still inching closer and closer. Nick's time won't be beaten, but he's going to be under 60. There it is.
And Thompson is across, 56.19 unofficially
Yeah,
for Bobby
cash.
Thompson.
And you know he's happy that's over with.
Yeah, got that over with.
I'm surprised he's up as quickly as he is. The fitness on Bobby Thompson has improved drastically over the years. Bobby being smart there, getting that as high up as he could.
Yeah.
Just using the belt a little bit to help.
Yeah, smart, get it off the legs. Because if you have that load and you got to push it all the way down with the legs, you're just going to tire your legs out so much faster.
That's it. You want your legs as fresh as possible by the drag.
Yeah.
And those logs, that's really why they're there. It's to annoy you before that.
It's just a pre-exhausted sled drag, right?
So 2 athletes down. So far, Nick Guardione's time is holding on to the lead.
Tom Stoltman will be out next. Stoltman coming off his best performance of the competition in the big jerk. He took 4th place overall, tied with 4 other athletes make that.
And I got to say, I like watching that last lift from Tom. We saw a bit of that fire in the belly again.
Yeah.
He hasn't looked himself this weekend. This is an event potentially built for someone like Tom.
Absolutely.
He's got all the tools to be good. Tall, big body weight. Can cover the ground with every step.
Like I said, Laws, I'm excited to see this. Hopefully that fire is lit now. And we can see him finish out this competition strong.
And here goes the Albatross.
No problem with the first log.
Back to the heavier log, 345 pounds, 156
This
This
kilos.
is good, moving really well.
And now he's got to drag more than 1,700 pounds across the finish line.
He's got huge body weight, he's tall, this should be good for
Yeah. Once he
Gotta
gets
get
this
it going.
moving,
There we go. Now he's moving.
now.
That's more than 770 kilos he has.
There you go, Tom.
Come on,
Finish
Tom.
strong.
This is good.
Get some momentum now.
Definitely on to take first place on this
Here we
one.
go. Finish strong.
Stoltman's going to
All the way through,
crush
Tom.
Guardione's
Nice.
time.
Sub 40 seconds.
37.54 unofficially for Tom Stoltman.
Good time.
There we go. Starting to remember who he is.
Yeah.
He's
Finally woke up the Albatross.
8 points out of a spot inside the top 5. Got 2 events to make that up.
Well, an event win gets you 10 points. He's going to want to be as high up as possible. That's a very good time. 37 seconds.
That's it. I like seeing that fire back in his eyes, that confidence.
That's what we want to see from Thompson.
Yeah.
It's hard, you know, you're going up against the best guys all the time. If you're having a bad day, it's so easy to kind of just drop your head, but you're as a professional, you've got to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Evan Singleton will be the next man out. He currently sits in 6th place overall with 23.5 points. He's got 2 straight finishes of 4th or better.
We said before the competition, there was no real weakness for Evan
No.
in this contest. He's just got to execute and perform.
And this can be a really good event for Evan. He moves well.
He does.
You see the weight on the logs. Now the sled unloaded is 500 pounds, but they've added extra weight to it. So when it is fully loaded with those additional 2 logs, it's over 1,700 pounds that they have to drag across the floor.
Evan Singleton currently in 6th position, only 1 point behind Austin Andrade and 2 points behind Trey Mitchell, who's in 4th. Very tight in that middle phase of this contest.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you talk about Evan Singleton wanting to be controlled and methodical. This is where you do you.
Yeah.
Evan, just
Just
go
be
out and
Evan.
let it loose. Yeah.
There you go. Not taking any time. Just throw that log and go.
Singleton just about done with the 2nd log, 345 pounds, 156
Evan, get
kilos,
low,
and
get
down to
moving.
the
Come
sled
on.
drag, and this has been the difference in the event.
Here we go, he's moving.
Come on, quick. Chop your feet. Let's go.
Can he keep this pace up all the way through?
Dig in. Keep moving. Keep moving, Evan. Come on.
Come on, Evan, keep it going.
Let's go.
He's going to be close.
Come on.
I don't think he won't beat Tom, but I think he could sneak into 2nd place.
Yeah,
And
good
Singleton
job.
to cross right around 40 seconds, 40.22, and that will be good enough
Very good.
for 2nd in the event right now.
Good time there by Evan.
Evan Singleton looking for another finish inside the top 4 as he looks to move up the overall standings heading into the final event.
This was good. Moved well with each implement. And he was just steady on the drag. He didn't slow down, kept pulling all the way through that line.
Yeah, that was a great effort by Evan.
Tom Stoltman is still our leader in the event, and he's joining us now from backstage. And Tom, I know you didn't have the day 1 that you wanted, but you've had a really good start here to day number 2, and you're continuing it here in this event. How are you able to get yourself refocused after day 1 to come out here and perform the way you have so far?
Yeah, I know day 1 wasn't anywhere near my best, and I had to just put that behind it and reset and, you know, pretend the points are all back to 0 and try and battle hard for 2nd day. And good first event in the 2nd day, and it's a really good event for me, this one. So yeah, I'm happy these last 2 events have gone to plan.
It's good to see you battling back, Tom. You're an amazing athlete. We know what you're capable of. Get yourself ready for that last one.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tom Stoltman, currently our event leader here. As Austin Andrade, one of the 3 rookies competing in the field. He's currently in 5th place and in contention for a spot on the podium right now.
2 debutants in the top 5 currently. Huge power. Got that big body weight as well. Should help on the drag. Just needs to make sure he's quick at each implement.
Austin Andrade has been the picture of consistency. He's been in 4th place in the last 3 events.
He's a great addition to the Arnold Strongman Classic. You look at him and you just think, yes, that is a powerful man.
He does look powerful, but does he have the right build here to do well in this event?
You know what? He moves well for such a big guy. You kind of look at him and think he'll be cumbersome and slow, but I've seen him really sprint before, moves well at other contests that I've seen him at. And I think that body weight could help him when it comes to the drag. It's maybe a fraction slower with these logs than we saw Evan and Tom Stoltman. Can make up for it here.
Can make it up here, he gets moving. Got him moving pretty quick.
Just needs to keep it going.
He's got a good pace
do
going
those
here.
legs pump up? How can he cope with the lactic acid? Halfway through, he's going
driving,
well.
Keep driving. Can't slow down, come
Slowing
on.
down a fraction.
Well, Stoltman's going to hang on to the top time, but Andrade's got a really good opportunity here.
I think he could slip into third place here if he keeps going. Evan Singleton
And he's
safe.
in. 45.80 unofficially for Austin Andrade.
And you know the most important thing for him, he beats his training partner once again.
Good to have bragging rights when you head back to the gym.
Yeah.
When this is all over.
They're great friends. They're always there supporting each other. You can see Nick out there checking his time.
One more look at Andrade's run, and a little slower with the logs, but a really good pace on that sled.
Yeah.
He started out really well. He got him moving pretty fast. Started slowing down there at the end, but still a really good time. These guys are setting the marks pretty high for these
They are.
later athletes to come in.
You've got the experience competing at the Arnolds multiple times. Coming into day 2, with it being 6 events as well, they are going to be feeling it.
Oh, absolutely. Especially everything they've done up to this point, right?
It's not the same as doing it fresh just one time in the gym.
No.
You have to build up that tolerance. You have to get used to competing under
Yeah. It's part of-
fatigued conditions.
You got to condition your CNS to take this weekend, because you can't walk in this event completely cash and not be able to push through it. And the same thing when you walk into the stone here later. You still have to push just as hard as you pushed yesterday.
I often get newer athletes and they'll be saying, oh, I'm too tired to do events. I had to do legs the day before. Well, you're going to have to get used to that when you want to
We're used to
compete on the
that.
big stage.
Yeah.
Trey Mitchell, the next man out. Now you throw out that 10th place finish, that last place finish in the timber carry. He's got a 4th and 2 seconds.
Yeah, that timber frame, it's just it's a nerve issue that he can't seem to do anything about. But the rest of the events are good for the big man. He needs a big performance on this one, though. Stones, our last event today, is his event. He needs to perform on this one.
The 308-pound log was no problem, and out of the 345-pound log.
Let's go, Trey. Come on. Keep moving.
So not the fastest with the logs, but can that body weight help here?
Come on, Trey.
Come on, Trey.
Keep moving. Chop your feet.
That's a good pace
Keep it
right
moving.
now.
Don't let up.
He needs to keep
This is the
driving.
point you can't
This
let
is
off
good.
the throttle. You
He's
gotta
got to keep
keep
going.
going.
Just slowing down a fraction. Needs to keep driving each foot into the ground. Keep that momentum. Keep
Stoltman's
moving.
top time's going to last, but he's got a shot here to maybe slide into 3rd now.
I think he may have just
And
gone
he's
ahead of Austin.
Just going
He
to
does.
edge out Andrade.
Nice.
42.63 seconds unofficially for Trey Mitchell. Now 3 men remain. Our top 3 in the overall standings is Hafthor Bjornsson will be next man up.
Just looking at the overall there, we've got 2 points separating Trey Mitchell, Austin Andrade, and Evan Singleton. And Evan is leading out of those 3. They are going to be so close going into the final event. I think we are going to see our biggest man coming out next.
If anybody can beat
I don't want
Tom
to put
Stoltman.
the curse of the commentator on to this man, but I went and trained with Hafthor a couple of years back when I was still competing, and I've never seen a man drag the way this man can. I could have trained for 10 years every day and I still wouldn't have been able to get close. Now, I probably cursed him by saying this, but let's hope I haven't, and he can show us what he's capable of.
Well, Trey Mitchell certainly showed us what he's capable of. Putting together a really good run that right now is good enough for 3rd place in the event. Now, if that were to hold, it would be his 4th finish of 4th or better. Hafthor Bjornsson, third place overall, 27.5 points. He's 2 up on Trey Mitchell for that final spot on the podium. He's 5.5 back of Lucas Hatton for second.
And he'll want to put pressure on Lucas. If Thor can win this one and Lucas drops a few places, he gets himself in contention once again.
Start off well here.
It's funny watching Thor because he doesn't look like he's moving that fast, but he covers so much ground with each step.
Yeah, his stride is so big. Look how he strides out there.
15 seconds for the 2 logs now. How quick can he be on this track?
Get moving. There you go.
Oh, he is tearing into this thing.
Keep driving, Thor. Keep driving.
If he keeps this, he's getting quicker. He's getting quicker towards the line. He can go so.
And Hafthor Bjornsson has a new time to beat. 31.18 seconds.
Wow, huge effort.
I said it to you before he went, and I know I'm being that guy, but when I trained with him, I genuinely had never seen anyone be able to drag weights like he can. And I think he's proved it right there. And he's done everything he can possibly do to put the pressure on Lucas Hatton and Mitchell Hooper.
And now the pressure's on Hatton, even though Hatton's got a comfortable lead right now. He's got to come up with a really solid time to do some damage control and not surrender too many points to that man.
So it didn't look like he was moving all that fast with the 2 logs, but he managed to do them both in 15 seconds because he just covers so much ground with each step. But it was once it got to the drag, he just motored. Tom Stoltman's time was super impressive, and Hafthor just blitzed that time.
Well, I think Hafthor's the first one we've seen. As soon as he leaned into that handle, the sled was moving. Wherever else at least had to kind of square up and get a push to get it moving.
That's one happy Icelander right there.
He had the sled going so fast the log rolled off there at the end when it rolled back, they rocked back.
2 men remain. Lucas Hatton, who's already won 2 events and sits in second place overall, will be up next.
Lucas has just impressed again and again and again this weekend.
And he had a really good point when we talked to him earlier. He's a rookie at this event, but not a rookie in competition and not a rookie in facing some of these men that he's dealing with here this weekend.
He has beaten almost every single man in this lineup at some point. And he continues to improve every single time we see him.
Well, Lucas Hatton played offensive line at Pacific Lutheran University, so he's used to sleds, but pushing, not pulling.
Yep, moving well.
He's moving fast.
First log down onto the 345-pound log.
Quick transition.
56
moving
kilos.
really well. Fast, short steps.
A good pace so far
He's
for
on
Hatton.
pace with Hafthor.
This will make
Maybe slightly slower.
and he's moving.
He's
going well.
Lucas Hatton's got a great pace going
Keep
here.
chopping.
Gotta keep it
chopping. Come on. You gotta keep moving.
He's
Keep
slowing
moving.
slightly, but this is still going to be a
Come
great
on.
result.
If he can get ahead of Tom
Come on.
Stoltman.
You gotta finish strong.
How much has he got left?
Lucas
Keep
Hatton
fighting. It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
is in, and we're going to have to see on the official time. Unofficially, 37.53, good enough for third, but that's going to be big when it comes to trying to hold off Hafthor Bjornsson for second place.
Yeah.
Huge.
I'm going to let you breathe. You just breathe. You just breathe.
And not only holding off Hafthor, he's put pressure on Mitch Hooper.
But once again, Mitch Hooper just can't get rid of this guy.
I love his warrior spirit. On events you maybe don't think he's perfectly built for, he still digs deep, gives everything on every single event.
Well, he did great work on those
Look how
2
hard he's
logs
working there.
to set himself up to make a great effort here and put up a really solid score. Had about the same pace as Hafthor on the logs.
Yeah. They started really well on the logs. They started well in the frame too. He got low on that first pull, and had it moving right away. It's just towards, the end of that last quarter, he started slowing down a bit. So, start getting winded, the leg pump starts setting in.
But to only have the two biggest men ahead of you shows how impressive that was.
Yeah.
Because size helps on an event like a drag. That
Yeah.
body weight definitely helps. The
The
height
body-
as well.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the height, yeah.
And there he's giving up a lot of height.
Tom and Hafthor can just cover so much more ground with their strides.
Well, Mitch Hooper is going to be the last man to go. And Lucas Hatton is not giving him any breathing room right now. Hooper only has a 2.5-point lead over Hatton for first place. Hooper has yet to finish lower than third in any event. And that leg power will definitely need to be called upon here.
He has great leg power, he has great endurance as well. So he, again, is built well for this type of event. What's he got left? How much does he want this title?
You talk about endurance. Mitch Hooper has run 3 marathons in his life.
He was a little smaller back then.
I can imagine. First log is done.
He's moving well with the logs. Again, on pace with Thor and Lucas.
Right there with Thor and Lucas after
he
loading
needs to be
those two.
quick here.
And now to the drag.
Keep chopping those feet.
He's going
picking
well.
up the speed.
He's picking up speed. He's not going to be Hafthor, but can he get into second place? He's going to be close to Thompson.
And he's going to get it.
Second place.
Once again, Mitch Hooper delivers when the pressure is on. Second place in the event. So he will add to his lead over Lucas Hatton. He should add about 2 points unofficially right now. Hafthor Bjornsson's going to pick up another event win.
Hafthor will pick up 3 points, I believe, on Lucas, closing that gap going into our final event. We are in for an exciting finish. So they officially take second place. And Mitch Hooper will be over the moon with that result.
I don't need to see Mitch Hooper's name on the leaderboard. If you just showed me results, I could identify him. Everything is going to be in the top 3, and he might have 1 win.
Second, third, first, second, and a second.
Hooper had to come up with a big performance here, and once again, pressure was on. He delivers.
Just seems to be able to be one of those athletes that can deliver under pressure.
Here are your event results. Hafthor Bjornsson gets his second win of the competition, 31.21 seconds. Mitch Hooper, another top 3 finish. Tom Stoltman, that's going to be his best performance so far of the competition. Lucas Hatton continues to impress. He takes 4th. And let's welcome in the man who just won this event, Hafthor Bjornsson. Hafthor, thanks so much for doing this. Congratulations on the event win. What was it about that event that played very well into what you like to do?
Thank you so much, firstly. I think my body weight helps a lot in this event, and I'm just a natural guy when it comes to dragging things, heavy things. It went in my favor where this event was actually quite heavy and challenging for the guys. But I have to take my hat out to Mitch Hooper. That guy is just so consistent. I'm trying my best to keep up, and I'll keep fighting. One more event left.
We saw you have, they weren't top 3 performances, but your performance in the overhead gauntlet and then your performance in the big jerk, I think it really sets you up well. How big were those 2 results for you as far as the overall competition is concerned?
It's massive. I'm always improving slowly but surely at a steady rate with my overhead presses. Last year I was not there yet. I had a lot of sensations since I tore my pec. This year has been different, no sensation. I'm getting my confidence back up, and I'm sure it's only going to get better from now on.
Yeah, this weekend has had to be a huge confidence boost for your overhead.
Absolutely.
You looked really good, strong on the overhead. Your behind the neck was very impressive, strong.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Well, Hafthor, congratulations on the event win, and best of luck in the 6th and final event. Really looking forward to watching you compete there.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck.
15th career event win at the Arnold for Hafthor Bjornsson. And here's what the overall standings look like now. Mitch Hooper has extended his lead over Lucas Hatton. Hatton's going to have some good luck in that final event to hold off Hafthor Bjornsson, who is now within 2.5 points.
He's doing everything he can to keep closing that gap. I mean, Lucas has been unbelievable, but Hafthor has battled all the way. There's one event to go. I think Mitch Hooper will be very hard to beat as long as he doesn't make a mistake, but Lucas and Hafthor could well be a battle still. We have some great stone lifters in the likes of Trey Mitchell, Mitch Hooper, Hafthor Bjornsson, Tom Stoltman. These are all guys that are very, very good at stones. How hard has Lucas Hatton been working on these stones to shoulder? Everything is still up in the air. Nothing decided yet.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ground to make up, but of all the events that it could happen, Trey could make it happen here and possibly put himself on the podium.
Yeah, Lucas Hatton has more or less clinched a spot inside the top 3. It's not mathematically assured, but he's going to have to really have a disaster in this final event to fall out of the top 3.
I'm going to say this. This is an event where you can have a disaster.
That is true.
You know, some events, you know, you're going to guarantee some points. This is one where if it goes wrong, panic can kick in.
But one event remains as we are getting closer to crowning champions here in Columbus, Ohio. So stay with us, everybody. The Atlas Stone to Shoulder closes things out here at the 2025 Arnold Strongman Classic.